Right, let's talk Chelsea. Luke, since you're the
Do we have to?
Chelsea fan here, let's start with you and let you vent your frustrations a little bit for this one.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, this is going to be a difficult, just like the watch was for me yesterday and all Chelsea fans, this is going to be a difficult segment.
You almost turned it off, didn't you?
Mate, I tell you, I mean, after the fourth minute red card, I was already fuming. I wasn't about to give in then, but after the second goal and then the substitutions, I was like, nah, this is. It's almost like he's testing our patience.
Those substitutions were bizarre. I've never, in all my time watching football, I mean, I'm not that old. I'm 26, 1999. But in all my time watching football, I don't think I've ever seen a player get sent off and then the manager makes 3 subs. It's just mad.
It's so strange. Like, don't get me wrong. I would have. It makes total sense. Get the keeper on. Fine, cool. Switch the formation around, change the way we play, and just try and buckle it in and sort of maintain the 0-0 for a little while. Recover some, decorum in the match.
Yeah,
and then go again. That's very typical. I think all managers do that. Fine, but to make 2 subs, taking off a winger and then bringing on a defender, I was a bit like, okay, you're kind of giving him the momentum here, but I can sort of see why you would do that. Fine, whatever. And then to shortly afterwards take off Pedro Neto, who's our fastest player, especially since we're going to need to counter. He completely hamstrings our offensive capability in the game. And then for him to do that just after the other 2 substitutions, that's 2 of the 3 sub windows used up, and like almost after 20-25 minutes.
There's that, and I think it's just the fact. I mean, Esteval was the first one he bought off, and then I think it was Neto and Palmer. I think was an injury. To be fair, but
yeah, but I mean,
I was just going to say, I think those 2 are 2 of the players on the pitch that could have still got, like, they were quick and they could hurt them on the counter, and they're 2 of your more creative players that you probably need as an outlet because you're going to be sitting back and defending most of the game, and he subbed them off. That's what confused me the most.
No, you're 100% correct. Like I say, if we're ever going to try and escape with some points, which, to be fair, it's only United. You get a goal or do something against the grain. I mean, we saw how Newcastle responded after they lost a player in the game versus Liverpool.
Played their natural game.
Absolutely, just in fact played better almost after the red card.
Yeah.
And Eddie Howe didn't reflexively make those sort of changes. Like, I think he obviously a different position, of course, but
yeah,
nonetheless,
I think Chelsea could have done something similar though, because we know United's weakness is just overloading the midfield. If Chelsea would have just kept the 3 in midfield, it still wouldn't have been an easy game, of course, because you're still a man down. But it would have been a lot easier than I think Maresca probably thought it would have been. I think he just thought it was game over from there. He gave up immediately.
Yeah, it's like he gave up the game like straight away, and you just don't, especially where we think we are as Chelsea now after winning the Club World Cup. We had the momentum. United are on the ropes. They're having a terrible season so far, except for the game yesterday.
Yeah.
And now we find ourselves 1 point behind where United are, and really, I think down to Maresca. If he'd have been brave and we lost the game, fair enough. You're a player down, and you just take the sort of hit, really. But I just think the way he went about it, like he completely gave the game up and acted far too timidly, and like it just gave all the momentum to United.
It definitely, I think, shows his inexperience as a manager, I think, doesn't it, a little bit?
I think so. I don't think he understood what he was best to do in that situation in order to sort of get the points. We weren't really going to defend a 0-0 for the entire 90 minutes left in the game. So for him to go defensive almost as if he'd received that red card, 0-0 in the 70th minute, then fair enough. I wouldn't have blamed him for those sort of changes. Yeah. But so early in the game, you've got to still carry a threat. You need still for the players on the pitch to believe. And I think when you make those subs, all the rest of the team that are left on the pitch, they're kind of like, you're going to read something from those changes. Like they're going to be like, okay, like the manager doesn't think we have a chance here, obviously, with these subs.
That's exactly it. It just instills that same mentality into the players. Oh, the manager's 100%. Given up, so we might as well give up. There's no way we're winning this game.
And also not only that to our players, but it also G's up the United players. Like they're sitting there thinking, oh, look, well, he's obviously worried about where they're sitting in the game.
Yeah.
Let's try and get some momentum, and then they start to gain a bit of momentum.
It was only I think 5 or so minutes after the game, wasn't it?
Sorry, go on.
After that Sanchez got sent off, wasn't it, that they scored?
Yeah, it wasn't long. I thought Bruno was offside, but to be fair, he was just on. So
shoulder on, wasn't it? It was very close, to be fair. Chalobah's foot, I think, wasn't it? But do you think this kind of again reminds us of the I would say the broken transfer strategy at Chelsea? I mean, everyone knew before the season started that you needed a goalkeeper, but still, again, you went for players that Garnacho didn't even get on the pitch. You put Tyreek George on.
That's the crazy one. You know what? I feel like in that game with, say, 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes to go, you bring on Garnacho and he's quick. Obviously, he's pretty direct. So he would have fit what he was trying to do with George. But I think it would have just been a real, like, sort of, it's a risky play, but it would have been an interesting play for him to come on.
He's got to be risky. I mean, they went down to 10.
Yeah.
I think you'd already scored by then as well, if I remember right. You might not have, but even if you're still able to get some out of the game, they've had the man sent off. It's now time for you to go on the attack again, and you dominated the ball. You were dominating the ball in the second half,
which goes to prove that I think if the players would have had the confidence by him not making the changes, the game was there for us to get something out of, and I think. Yeah, just the subs were all weird. Even when he brought George on, it was a weird one. Yeah. Obviously, the two we mentioned before in the first half were weird. It felt like none of the changes were effective. We pulled a goal back, sort of not luckily, but almost like.
No, I think it was a well-worked goal, to be fair.
It was, but it was probably our first decent spell, really, or a first sort of decent-ish spell of possession and a few attacks. And then after that, there wasn't really anything much after that, to be fair. So yeah, just a weird game. Like it felt like I felt like after 4 minutes and those subs, I knew what I was going to watch for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I think if Casemiro doesn't get sent off, which by the way, I want to add, I think that was a very harsh yellow card. He definitely got the ball, but I think he just pulls him down with him, kind of thing, and that's why it was given.
Yeah, possibly. It was a bit of a weird one. It wasn't like a guaranteed. I think especially when you're already on a yellow, to send someone off for that, probably harsh.
It was a harsh one, but. Yeah, I mean, what do you think this means for Chelsea? What do you think? Where do you think they go from here? Because for me personally, I think there's clear problems at the back for Chelsea. I mean, before Sanchez was sent off, I know it was only 2 or 3 minutes into the game, but United were peppering you. I mean, they really were giving you a tough time.
Do you know what? It's a weird one. We always struggle against United away. Well, we at Old Trafford.
2013, I think, was the last time you beat them.
Yeah. So I mean, weirdly enough, we do struggle there anyway. But they came out like better than they've played probably in any spell for the whole season so far. Like really good on the ball, confident. Brave in possession, and then they just kind of took it to us, really. And I think we kind of went in, or it seemed like the players were worried about our record and almost came in on the back foot psychologically.
Yeah, maybe.
Which is strange because most of those players have not had anything to do with the previous teams. But yeah, and then obviously add into that Sanchez playing, just doing the stupid thing, and then the subs and everything else.
It was stupid. It really was.
Like psychologically, we were so immature in that game, and I felt like after the multiple trophies last year, like. Maybe the psychological factor would have been improved, but we just seemed like a young team in that game. So yeah, I mean, all around it was just a worst game of the season, and I'm hoping that it's just we can just come back, and obviously Jorgensen's going to be in goal now for a bit. Hopefully he does well, and that pushes Sanchez out of the team.
Yeah,
I've had enough of him. I think. It goes to show we could have done with Donnarumma and a centre back like Gahey, and we would have been
100%
a lot better set. And we kind of thought that maybe going in after the window, but we kind of all optimistically, kind of go, well,
it's just the transfer strategy you have. I mean, it's a good one, but every team needs experience, and Chelsea at the minute don't have any. They don't really. They're all of your players are young players. You've got no one. This window you could have done with just buying another Thiago Silva type player,
100%,
and a surefire goalkeeper in the likes of Donnarumma or something like that.
For example,
even Martinez from Aston Villa is an improvement on.
I would have loved Martinez.
Sanchez.
I'd have loved any of Mannion, Martinez, or Donnarumma. Donnarumma's preferable, but. any of those three. And then, I don't know who it would have been, but some centre back that's 28 to 30, whatever, 32.
Yeah.
And then just another, maybe even like midfielder or forward, just someone that could, even if they're not on the game, like just in training, coming up to the games, they can just settle people down, get them doing the right thing. Or in that type of game to bring them on and just calm everyone's heads and just kind of let people weather the storm a little bit and then come out. Because I think some more experienced players will have seen that situation many times and they just they know to ride it out and then come again, basically, but just weather that little bit of a storm. So it's all the things that people said about Chelsea's squad have already been proven, and it felt like one game.
I was saying it to you the whole pre-season, to be fair, wasn't I? I kept saying to you, no, you're not going to do anything. You need a centre-back, especially when Colwill got injured. You need a new centre-back. You can't go into the season with Tosin and Chalobah. Although, to be fair, Chalobah has been all right at the start of the season. I will give him
Chalobah's been good. Tosin gets exposed, especially in one-on-ones. He's not nimble of foot enough, so he struggles to kind of make the little micro adjustments to block and get in positions.
The problem for you as well is
clumsy.
I mean, you can already see with the injuries, you're affected by injuries because of how late your season ran last season. So there's that, but then you have to now think as well. You've got, let's be honest, two. Okay, Fofana as well. Although I think he looked like he was limping in the last game. So let's say you got three centre backs that are really worthwhile playing.
Achampong, I would play. He looked really good in the game at the start of the year. He's got energy.
Maybe Achampong.
He's quite tall still. I just think throw him in, mate. He can't be a bad thing. Give it a shot.
The point is, you're going to be playing 2 games a week, pretty much. You've got Champions League. You're still in all the cup competitions. That's centre back depth is shaky. It is bad. I mean, obviously you've still got Badia, Chile, and Disassi at the club, but I mean, you heard Maresca talk about Disassi midweek. His dad's a fisherman, by the way, if you didn't know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. No, you had a good point. I mean, to be honest with you, I think Chelsea, we need to try and get a few injured players back. Obviously, Colwill was nowhere near it, but and then people like Lavia, I think, would have been perfect yesterday. And Delap, I think we're missing him, to be honest with you. And just hopefully try and get through to January with a semi-competitive amount of points, somewhere top 4-ish.
7 points already. They're behind top.
Any fanciful hopes that Chelsea fans had of winning the title have gone in that one game. They're gone. 7 points behind this. It's only going to get bigger. You can't go away to a beleaguered Manchester United and pick up some points, and your keeper's doing stuff like that, and your manager's making those type of changes. You're never going to win a title. It's impossible.
Yeah. So I think that says everything about Chelsea. I just briefly want to touch on the Arsenal City game that happened today. I mean, Arsenal are never winning a league with Arteta. The lineup again said it all today. He's set up just to not lose. And the thing I don't get about it is City haven't looked good this season, really. I mean, they looked better against United, but they're definitely beatable. And he's still set up to just not lose. They're never ever winning a league with Arteta. It's just not. It's not going to happen.
No. I think he's always just going to be the bridesmaid, isn't he? I don't think he's got that winner's mentality to just be brave.
He's more bothered about his record against the top 6.
Yeah, I think we talk about players being brave, like brave on the ball, past those kind of risky passes to open things up. Managers need to be brave with the way they set things up and adjust tactics in game and stuff. And Arteta just doesn't seem to have it for some reason. I don't know why. Like, he can get teams to be very competitive. Seems to somehow, despite the cringe, get like a good team spirit and mentality and all of that sort of soft stuff. But when it comes to the hard end of winning, I just don't see it myself, to be honest.
Again, they're 5 points behind Liverpool already. The thing is, when you lose, Liverpool have still played tough teams. Newcastle away from home. We obviously have played Arsenal.
They had Merseyside derby as well.
The Merseyside derby is a tough game for us, as we've seen. I mean, Everton look good. So 5 points behind already is tough. But
Liverpool are just doing what champions do. I know it's been said about a million times.
Getting the way through games, that's what you have to do.
You just got to do it. You got to do it, man. So Fair play.
Just quickly, just talking about tactical changes. I don't know if you noticed that Pep went five at the back, 4 in midfield today after he went up. You never ever see Pep Guardiola do that, but apparently
Do you know? I say this about Pep, and people think he's just kind of a
Pep
philosophy
Allardyce
merchant. Yeah, like he's very stuck in his ways. Is not quite like he does make changes and little tactical adjustments, but he keeps to the same.
I think that's
overall,
why he wins, though, is that
he evolves his systems and things.
Yeah, he's willing to evolve his system when he realizes either his players aren't suited to it anymore or it's just not working. Teams have figured him out. He'll change something. Whereas a lot of managers, Arteta very much seems like he doesn't want to do that at the minute. He's so set on just being defensively sound. Before he doesn't want to take any risks. And that needs to change if he wants to win the league.
There was like a couple of seasons ago, I think it was, Arsenal started the league absolutely on fire. Like they were playing so well. Like they were the most informed team in the league.
Well, they were like 15 points ahead at one point, weren't they?
Yeah, like they were really doing well. And there was quite attacking, free-flowing, great attacking patterns of play, stuff like that. But it just seems like now they've, like you say, settled into this defense-first mindset or like safety first.
Which, I mean, you have to give them credit. They're definitely the best defensive team, but when it's not winning you anything, you've got to, like, something has to change.
Yeah, I kind of get his idea with it, but I mean, like people used to say about Mourinho teams, he was the same, like just defensive minded. But some of his teams were insanely dangerous. Like there was goals in them, and
he knew how to get the best out of his number 9s.
Yeah, and
Gyökeres today had 0 xG and 0.01 expected assists. He did nothing today.
Yeah, lack of service, not playing for him, not bringing him in the game. I know what you mean.
But it's what he was brought in to do. Like, and if he's, and to be fair, I kind of feel sorry for him because, like you said, he wasn't really getting anything. He was very well managed by City as well, to be fair. But when your wingers and your midfielders aren't giving you anything, you're not going to score. And that's
he does need service. Like he needs at least a good through ball to get him into a position to run on and break, because he is pretty good running behind. But also like just deliveries into the box in between the posts. Like he needs something to attack. And like he's never going to create stuff out of thin air, dribble past like 2 or 3 in a crowded space. Maybe when he's running on, like we saw against Sunderland, he can cut in a little bit. But against like a top team like City, he ain't going to be creating much for himself.
Yeah, no, I
agree. Again, I think like you say there, probably just make the point. Arteta just doesn't seem to
needs to take more risks.
I don't know how to bring him into it yet. As that. I don't recall him making too many crosses, especially like early crosses that he can sort of compete for.
I mean, he bought Saka on second half, and he did get the ball in a bit more. I think that's kind of why he came on. But yeah, I mean,
they missed Saka.
Madueke and Saka are different types of players. And to be fair, I think Madueke has been good, but he's more of a beat your man, take it to the byline and try and get some in after that. Whereas Saka will take the ball and he can cross it in many different ways. He can get it in.
Yeah.
So
and I think he's a bit more two-footed. Saka, Madueke is very one-footed. In my opinion. So
although he probably had the best chance of the game before Martinelli. And I mean, it was a half chance, but he took it on his right. And to be fair, it was a decent shot.
Yeah. So where do you think this leaves City? Arsenal though, because they played Liverpool and City. They're 5 points behind. Do you think that's a bit?
I don't think it's. I think it's too early to say it's done. Especially, I mean, Liverpool. We don't really know yet if they're gonna kind of carry on. They have definitely not been the best at their best. Sorry, should I say? But 5 points after 5 games, you have to wonder, is this going to be one of them where Liverpool just run away with it again? Because we're so good at just picking up points that even if we shouldn't pick them up, we still seem to have this habit of getting them anyway. Whereas Arsenal don't have that.
Yeah, I think from my point of view as a sort of observer here, I think if you can get to 8 points, like if you can win a game and Arsenal lose, for example, and get to 8, I think psychologically it will be done. Like I know it's not mathematically impossible at that point, but 8 points this early in the season when you're not playing.
But it plays into the manager's thinking, though, doesn't it? Of course, like Arteta looks at the table, mate. He does. I don't care what anyone says. He's always whinging about something about how Liverpool have played or something like that. Or if he drops out of interviews because someone's asked him about it. So he looks at the table and he will know if we go to 8 points after, let's say, 10 games and we're 8 points ahead, he'll be thinking, God almighty, it's going to be a tough ask again this season. And he'll start feeling the pressure as well because he spent another 250 million.
I think he's feeling the pressure massively. I don't even know whether he'll get sacked, to be fair, if he doesn't win the league, even though I think he should. But I think Arsenal's board and that seem to like him and the directors. Yeah. But I think he's starting to feel that now. I think everybody in the game is saying it. He will know that. And I think desperately he'll want to win. But yeah, it's a weird one. I just think that Arsenal don't seem like, to me, I could easily see Arsenal finishing like third or fourth this year if they lose their way a little bit, and then they're not really that far ahead.
If City pick some form up as well, because
City could easily still be the main challenger to Liverpool easily. Yeah. I mean, I know they've been a little bit inconsistent, but they've had some good performances, and I think obviously if they can just gel the new players in, get a few of their guys back, and then Pep just sort of hits that form and they get a bit of momentum, City could easily do it. But I just think Liverpool have got it in the bag, honestly. I really do.
Yeah, Liverpool
must be good for you, huh? Like, I'm sitting here watching Chelsea against United, and you're watching your boys smack.
Mate, even if we don't win, I've got enough to be happy with because Gravenberch looks just unbelievable.
He does, to be fair. No, he really absolutely does.
Honestly, it's enough to just make me happy after a game, just seeing how well.
I don't feel like Rodri's been all that since his comeback either. To be fair, I know he's been out for a long time, so it takes a while. But I think he's yet to find his best form.
I think it's going to be a weird season for Rodri, to be honest, because I think the system is different now for City, so it's gonna bring something out of him that we've not really seen yet. He's going to have to be more, he's not going to be on the ball as much. He's going to have to be more transitional. He's going to have to break up play a bit more. So it's. I think it's going to be a season that kind of tells us a lot about Rodri and whether he can adapt a bit. But I think he'll be fine, to be honest.
100%. Let's see. I still think City are probably going to be second. I think Arsenal could easily start dropping momentum. So, but anyways, it remains to be seen. It's been an interesting opening 5 games. We've had some good talking points already, to be fair. Anything else you wanted to mention on this week's, or happy to wrap?
No. Well, I'll give Everton some credit. Obviously, Liverpool played Everton yesterday, and they look a different team this season. Grealish he gave Bradley a torrid time at right back. To be fair to him,
mate, Grealish is too good to be playing for Everton. But even I like Everton.
I don't think he'll be there next season.
He really easily got the talent to be playing a major sort of title contending team. Like, he could be in Arsenal's left wing easily for me.
What's weird is that he didn't suit Pep's system when he was when it was just tiki taka, keep the ball 80% of the game, and you just play like a robot. But now with City's kind of new transitional style of play, I think Grealish would suit it really well.
You know what, as well, I think he'd have been great for Haaland. They had a really good connection. I think that would be a big miss. I don't know why they've done it, to be fair. They could easily have kept him around.
I think it was just one of them. He probably asked to go, didn't he, or something as well.
I don't think it was a guaranteed starter, and I bet he didn't want that sort of another season before World Cup year, especially. So.
Yeah. But right now, he would definitely get into City's team. I think he's the best left winger in the league. So
I think so. Last thing I'll say is Haaland's worst start to the season since he's been in the Premier League.
God, he's a joke,
unbelievable.
Man.
What a player.
I think there's an argument genuinely for Haaland. As an out-and-out goal scorer, I think he could be the best of all time. I'm not even kidding you. His goals per game ratio is outrageous, mate. I think at Dortmund it was something like 58 in 60 games or something stupid like that. And at City it's like almost a goal a game as well. It's like 2 games more than he's scored. Mate, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, but look at prime Ronaldo and Messi.
I mean, yeah, but I think if Haaland plays every single game of this, with no injuries, every game of the season, I think he would outscore probably one of their best. Although Messi maybe not, because he had one year where he got like fucking 83 goal contributions or something.
Yeah.
But Haaland is
of this new generation of strikers. I think he's by far and away the best goal scorer. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Although I rate Kane a lot, and I think Kane's doing insane work.
Yeah, it's harder to judge, isn't it, because of the Bundesliga? But
yeah, you say that, but you know.
One of them. Kane is
Yeah,
definitely up there, but
yeah.
as just a pure goal scorer, Haaland's
Oh,
leagues ahead of
he's a
everyone, mate.
monster. The pace and the strength is
Yeah.
unrivaled. I don't think anywhere at the minute.
What's
To be
mad?
honest.
I'll tell you what is mad about Haaland, and then we'll move on after this because we need to move on. I was looking at stats earlier on players because obviously the video is going to come out later this week. We're building our team of the season, obviously, as you know. So I was looking at some stats, and Haaland's missed 5 big chances already. But the thing is with him, because he gets so many and he still puts most of them away, he gets overlooked. Like missing 5 big chances is bad for 5 games in, but
Yeah, you say
because
that,
he
but
still scores, it's like no one cares.
thing is as well, he gets himself into positions and makes runs to have these big chances. So just because he's missed 5, other players might not have even received them because they weren't
True.
attacking. They weren't smart enough in the sort of attacking movement sense to
No, but
even get into
I think what my
positions.
point is here. I mean, obviously, Ekatike had that one in midweek, didn't he, in the Champions League, and we was like, how the hell has he missed that?
Oh yeah. Oh man, Haaland misses. Yeah, I mean, he's
But
not
that's
the
what I'm
best goal
saying.
scorer
But
because he never misses. He's the best goal scorer because he's relentless. Like you said earlier, he's like Thanos, mate.
yeah,
He's
he
insane.
literally is. It's just inevitable. Right,
And
let's.
he doesn't get phased at all. By the way, last thing, like you can see when he misses something, he's like and just moves on. Like the guy's
Oh, it's a
mentality
mentality
is
monster. Yeah, he is.
unreal.